So, fellow BRICS members, Russia and India are experiencing some strained relations recently as Russia has told India officially that they will be unable to honor arms delivery commitments because of the war in Ukraine. India depends on Russia heavily for military equipment, but that is currently under threat because Russia just simply can't deliver it. The Indian Air Force told a parliamentary committee that a major delivery was not going to happen because of the conflict in Ukraine. Not that it was delayed, that it was just flat out canceled. That's a big deal for India. India's relationship with its biggest defense supplier, which is Russia, has been pretty long standing, but when it comes to paying for and then delivery of equipment, Russia not holding up its end of the bargain is going to cause much strain between the relations of the two countries. The reason India is trying to receive this equipment rapidly is they're trying to modernize in the face of potentially China's increasing presence and the arguments they have about a shared Himalayan border conflict that has been going on for a long time. Experts are suggesting the delivery failure could signify a breaking point, and India may need to look at other markets to diversify imports of military equipment or potentially even try to rapidly bolster their own homegrown equipment. While India continues to purchase Russian oil, coal, and fertilizer, it has also maintained very close ties with the West, particularly the United States, because of the U.S.'s ability to supply advanced weaponry. And it works with the United States to try to counterbalance China's growing influence. So back in February, the United States somewhat exploited, not really exploited, but is taking advantage of the ability to showcase some of the equipment India could be using rather than Russian equipment, and the fact that the United States could provide the equipment, whereas Russia can't now, right now. At the Aero India air show in Bengaluru, the U.S. had on display F-35s, F-16s, F-18s, and a B-1B bomber. The show had the largest ever U.S. delegation, highlighting a growing strategic relationship between the U.S. and India. Washington wants to encourage India to distance itself from its traditional military supplier in Russia and become closer strategically with the United States. India, who is absolutely listening to the proposals, wants to modernize its Soviet-era fighter fleet and boost air power because of concerns with China, but is also now dealing with Russian supply delays, so it potentially could be looking at the U.S. as its new supplier. There has been a $20 billion Air Force proposal for India to buy 114 multi-role fighter jets that has been under discussion for about 5 years, but that has not actually come to a closure and the deal done. This may drive them to do so. The F-35 is actually not a part of that deal, but the presence of the F-35 at the Aero India air show, where much of the Indian leadership was present, underlines New Delhi's strategic importance to Washington, D.C., and trying to form a closer alliance militarily with India in the face of both Russia and China. So where Russia is now failing yet again, the United States and the collective West is exploiting and taking advantage of Russian weakness globally.